Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, beautiful souls? I am Alanisa Sada Salahaddin. I'm back. I took a moment to regroup and to restructure myself. I'm a person, a whole person, and I have a whole life, and it gets interesting from time to time. And so, yeah, I had a moment where I had to get my life together, but I'm back. So thank you for everyone who has been sharing my channel, liking my channel, supporting me on this beautiful journey, and I appreciate you all. It's a pleasure to share this space with you. I hope you're all well. I am grateful to be of service. And so I'm in the bathroom, just in case you were wondering. I moved and I don't have good light yet, and so I have to adjust my environment to do my my YouTube thing, you know. But two, because I'm making my videos based on my own personal inspiration. There's no time. There's no time. I think it's like maybe 3 in the morning right now. And so, yeah, it's 2:29 and there's no time. So, yeah, it's like, it is what it is at this point. However, today, or this morning rather, I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk to you. And it's good that I'm in the bathroom, because it's actually more of like an inner self-talk. I was talking to myself, because I do talk to myself. However, I was talking to myself and I was able to go in deep enough into my own thought process to discover that I need to do that more often. Like, I need to go in and just talk to myself. I don't think as people we spend enough time with ourselves before we come out and share ourselves with other people. And it's probably going to sound a little strange, but I'm encouraging you. I'm encouraging you to spend more time with yourself. Literally in your own thoughts, in your own mind. Vibrationally still yourself enough to just catch your thoughts and to live in, not so much in your head, but live present in your thoughts, because our life is continuously evolving. We're not just coming into consciousness. And it's weird, because that's been something that's been perplexing me since I've been off of my platform for a minute, or at least not making videos, because I'm still active on my social medias. And so the way we're using consciousness is almost as if we haven't had it. But it's not that we've not had it, we've not been using it to our benefit, to our highest benefit. And so now coming to a realization that, hey, I am able to have thoughts and produce things based on my own inner knowing and my own understanding, and wanting to understand more. You know, we're expanding our lives in different manners. We're expanding our aspirations, you know, our goals, you know. We're changing our frequencies continuously with the way we eat, you know, the people we hang around, you know, and our surroundings constantly. And so that made every bit of me, like, not doing this make more sense. We're not conscious. Like, we're not conscious. We're just not paying enough attention. We're not going in here and actually learning ourselves inside of ourselves. So whether you're catching your thoughts or you're sitting in your heart center, you really should be going in there and like meditating, but in a capacity in which you have something, you have substance. You've realized that you've been having thoughts thoughts inside that you've not been addressing. So now, do you have emotional baggage? Do you have mental baggage? Do you have spiritual baggage that you need to clear out? And then think about your body in a physical sense. You've had thoughts that you hadn't addressed that may be causing you physical ailments, you know, whether it be in your neck, in your arms, just throughout your whole body. The spiritual awakening symptoms have been like my go-to for the last 2 years, because along with this new profound discovery of our consciousness in the state of evolving, there's aches and pains. There's minor aches and pains. And then for people who aren't paying attention, there are major aches and pains that your body is giving you signals like, hey, you're not doing what I need you to do. And it is actually producing ailments within us. And so I'm encouraging you to talk to yourself. I would love to tell you more why you should, but each person coming through this awakening experience, or the realization of your awakening, depending on where you are, I don't know how to better tell you what you need to do to better understand what it is you're experiencing, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. You just have to go in there and check on yourself periodically throughout your day. If it gets hard and you're dealing with people, go in there and check on yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally, to make sure that you're able to understand what you're experiencing. That way you're able to live a more productive life, a more positive driven life. Like, it's not just for you to have this voice in your head that you don't pay attention to. That voice is really is probably your best friend at times. It's probably your worst enemy at times. But depending on what it is that you're actually doing in your life, that could be a benefit to you. You know, it could be trying to talk you out. You could be trying to think of a reason to do something that isn't healthy for you, but inside of your mind, you're not accepting it. And you go in there and you realize that's not really something that I want to create in my life experience. And you go in there and you check in with yourself and you agree with yourself. Now, if you come out of there into this world, this physical world, and you continue on that path in your life, who's to be responsible for the outcome of that? Think about that. You went in here and you didn't agree with yourself, but you came out of your heart, and you did it anyway. Who could you really blame that you didn't live the experience that you wanted when you didn't agree with yourself in your mind? You could not agree. You can't make yourself believe that there's something of substance there when you can't in yourself. And that's a misconception with people having so many friends. Not everybody means you well. Some people will tell you, oh yeah, it looks good, just so they can get you out of their face. Some people will not compliment you just so they can feel better about themselves. Some people really do create self-sabotaging energies. I don't understand it either, but let's acknowledge it. There are people that don't want to see other people happy. There are people who aren't happy with themselves, and so therefore they don't know how to produce happy energy vibrationally for themselves within themselves. And so when they come out into group settings or they have to interact with other people, unless they can pretend to be something that they're not, they really don't know how to outwardly project a more positive way of being. And so that too is, I would think, a negative from not spending so much time within your own thoughts. Because why else would you come out of your own physical being to be somebody that you're not within your own physical being? That's very it's very interesting, perplexing, and sad. You know, we're all individual people. We're all very unique, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. People, we're individually unique in that capacity. We are not meant to be the same. It's okay if you're different. Your authenticity is who you are, not who the world wants you to be, who you are to yourself. And so even having this discussion chat, whatever, this feels like a discussion. I feel like I'm talking to my friends and myself at the same damn time. I feel like that, and I'm in the bathroom, which is like the sanctuary in a sense. But yeah, we have to become more authentically who it is that we set out to be on these journeys, these life path journeys. It's not fair to keep wandering aloof in your life when more than likely inside of here or in your heart center, you know what it is you want to experience more of in your life. And you're not acknowledging it, and your body and your mind and your soul at times is giving you signals and you won't acknowledge it, and so that's really been like weighing on me, and not so much for myself, but just in general. Like, I see a lot in the world, and I see not so much in lack, like there's not enough. It's just like the lesser part of acknowledging the beauty and self that we can produce more. We are more. We are enough in a sense. And so I wanted to share one thing, and I've been doing it myself, and I enjoy it now more than ever, which is very strange, and I hope that it helps you all. But I've been like, when I'm brushing my teeth or doing my makeup, and I don't wear a lot of makeup, but when I'm looking into the mirror, and I'm going to turn my camera around, let me see. When I'm looking in the mirror, I like to do this. Can I get it? Let's see. How do I turn my camera around? Alright, well, I can't seem to work my camera. However, let's see if I can do it this way. When I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like doing whatever I'm doing, I try to look in my own eyes, and it may sound weird at first until you actually are physically doing whatever you're doing, and then you just happen to look at yourself in yourself. There is something there that is so unique and profound. Like, I see myself. Like, look at yourself that deep. Like, that's who you are. You're inside of there, living outside here. That's not the totality of you. We hardly ever get a chance to just look at ourselves. And we'll rush through this part of our day. We'll rush through the part of our day where we're brushing our teeth, washing our face, trying to get physically put together to go out to the world, when I was cooking and eating, and not pay attention to ourselves. And then we expect all these grand compliments for exteriorly beautifying ourselves, when in our reality, the beauty that we're showing and reflecting outside of ourselves isn't really outside. It's actually coming from inside of us. It's in there. And it's like, for not spending enough time within, we miss that. We miss the opportunity to connect deeper with ourselves, just trying to physically put on things. When I wrap my turban in the morning, sometimes at night, it's not that I'm trying to cover my head. It's that I am really loving myself. Like, I love covering my head. I love covering my crown. There's an energy, a vibrational frequency that I feel just from having my head covered. And I do it without thinking. But when I'm putting it on, I'm not so fixated on the curves and the bends and the fabric anymore. When I started out, I did, and it was a pain in the neck too, because you want it to be perfect. And then I realized nobody knows why I do it. And then I'm spending all this time trying to make it perfect. And that's not why I do it. I could care less some days how it looks. It's the feeling of it. So now I'm moving past the physical. Then I go in there and I'm looking at myself and I'm just like, hey, you. All the way in there, how you doing? How you feel? Checking in with myself. And I do this while I'm brushing my teeth. I do it when I'm putting on my wingtips and my eyebrows, when I'm putting on my earrings. And I'm encouraging you to do the same thing. Look at yourself like that. Look at yourself, and go in there and say, hey, you may even start crying. You may have a real release of energy from doing it. It's gonna feel strange. You might laugh. You know, who knows? You may have never looked at yourself like that. You may discover something new about yourself. I would imagine that for people that lack confidence, this could be a real confidence builder. It could be a self-esteem booster. It could be a lot of things to a lot of people, you know, but I'm going to encourage you to try to look at yourself like that. And then two, the silence that you feel or that you hear from your ears is not the same silence that exists within your mind. You know, there's something always happening in there. There's always something happening in there. Your mind is not ever doing anything. But for your inability to catch your thoughts and to support yourself vibrationally in there, you miss those moments. You miss them, you don't connect to them, you come out of your own physical beautification mode and go straight into the hustle bustle of life, into this material world, and you lose those moments, you know. And so I want to really encourage you to try to catch more of those moments. Every single opportunity that you get to just go in there, not daydreaming, like silence, like deep breaths. A couple deep breaths in through your nose, in through your nose, out through your nose if you can do it. If not, then open your mouth and exhale. But then you catch your thoughts, you know. And it's crazy, but mine's is like, bravo, girl, good job. Good job looking in the mirror at me. Like, that's what my voice inside of my head said, because I thought about this several times before I actually did it. You know, I am not just like gung-ho with all of my own. Hence why I make this platform this way. I'm authentically evolving myself every single video you see. I went from writing this stuff down on paper and trying to find a way to get the courage to sit in front of a camera and listen to my voice, because I didn't like the way I sound on a voicemail, let alone watching myself interact with myself on a video. And then over time, just from going in there, it's like, no, somebody needs to hear what you have to say. Somebody needs to understand that they're not alone in their own healing or recovery or whatever this is serving as to whomever is watching it or, you know, clicking on it. And so I had to come out of that, and I did, and I am every time. So I'm just like you, you know, I'm imperfectly perfect, I'm unique, I'm complex at times, I'm loved, I am love, I'm enough, and I tell myself those things all the time, you know. And so with that being said, I am going to conclude and tell you that you are love, you are enough, you are loved, you are love, and you are loved. You're enough. And so until next time, I am Alanisa Sada Salahadin. Give me love. I can't stretch out. But go ahead, man. Embrace yourself. Talk to yourself. Listen. Talk. Listen. Talk. Listen to yourself. And talk to yourself. Just spend a little more time in there listening. And come out and make something extraordinary of yourself. I have social media. If you want to link up with me on Facebook, I'm on Facebook, Alanisa Sada, Alanisa Sada Salahadin Aliel, and then on Instagram I'm just Alanisa Sada Salahadin, and I am the Divine Modest Goddess. I love you all. Thank you. Shukran. Later.